I haven't done this series in a while, but with how much I've been playing this game, I decided to bring this series back. And again, this is a super old series that I don't really like to do anymore. Kind of felt cringy the first time I did it. But, you know, when called, I will definitely bring this back. And that is my Tier List Tuesday. And today, I want to go ahead and go over my tier list on the characters that I use from Chaos Zero Nightmare. Now, let me say a couple of things when you watch this video as you go forward into this. This is not an official tier list. This is not a tier list that I'm trying to present to everybody. I'm saying, this is a tier list, you gotta choose these characters. No, this is a tier list from my own personal experience. Be aware, these characters that I have currently are not fully built or aren't built up like they should be. I kind of realized that after watching a couple of videos, but be aware I'm not using a tier list, not too much of a tier list to do this video. Now I have read some tier lists and watched some videos on YouTube, but I haven't really did a deep dive in knowing how a lot of these characters work or function. Just kind of, for the most part, which characters kind of work best together. So I at least did that much research, but I've been, for the most part, been playing this game mainly not using, at least not going too deep into a tier list. Now, you're totally welcome to disagree with this tier list because, again, this is a personal tier list, and I bet you if you go look at other tier lists, they'll probably disagree with mine. So with this one, I'm only going to be talking about the characters, so I'm not going to talk about the partners too much. I may do that. You know what? I may do that right after this one. So, but I don't have that many partners to really. No, I probably won't do partners because I don't have that many partners, so I can't really talk about partners. So we're only going to talk about the characters. So I got this list right here. So first, I'm going to go ahead and take out all the partners first out of here, just so we know who we're working with. And I think that's all the partners. Yeah, that's all the partners. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at all the characters. So I decided to redo this list because I realized that I forgot to explain how the tier list works. So I want to do that real quick. As you see, I added some new tiers. I'm going to explain them to you real quick. S are basically the best characters that I've used so far. Like, these are the characters that are the best, or I feel that are the best units right now well, at least that I've used. I don't want to say in the game, that I've used. A are basically, they're really, really, really good. They're not the best, but they're close enough. B, as you know, they're good. You know, they're not great. They're good. C is kind of like, you know, they're okay. You know, I may use them every now and again, but not really. And then D, I'm just not really a fan of them, or I'm not a fan of their playstyle. Doesn't make them bad units, just not a fan. Pulled, these are characters that I pulled for and haven't used. Reroll, these are characters that I've used during a reroll session, but are no longer on my account. And then here are never used. So the only characters that are going to go in these first top 5 tiers are characters that I've actually used in my current main account. Everything else that I have used, but they're not on my account right now, I'm going to put them in reroll. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And starting with the first character, we have Haru, which I actually just recently pulled her as recording of this video. I've only used her once outside of the story mode. And in my usage with her, to me, I think she's one of the best characters in the game. because she does have an AoE and she is able to get her cards to attack very, very quickly. Most of the characters in this game right now, at least how I have them built, they kind of get jammed up with skills or other things. But I would say right now, Haru is the first character that I've used that actually can get the cards that I need to actually take out a lot of opponents. So right now, from all the characters I've used, even though I've only used her once on this account, she is probably the best unit that I use so far. She's not one of my favorite design characters, but she is, to me, one of the best characters in the game. All right, next one. We're going to go with Mei Lin. And Mei Lin is a beast, but I'm putting her at A because she doesn't have any AoEs, which kind of sucks, but she definitely goes out and just takes down opponents like crazy. She's probably one of the, yeah, she is a great single target character. You do have to kind of build her up with other cards, but once you build her up by playing some skill cards, yeah, she's very powerful. She single-handedly have gotten me through a lot of stages, but she's only at A tier because, at least for now, she has no AoEs. Next one is one of my most favorite characters. Well, my favorite design character, and that is Rin. I love her design. But sadly, because of the way she plays, she's at B. And that's because with her, to get the most out of her, she's the only one that can attack. And I really hate that playstyle because I have so many great characters and I gotta push a lot of those characters, or at least their ability to attack aside, just for her. So I really don't like that. There needs to be more characters kind of designed around her. I can see her being good, but right now, plus I need to probably increase her search ability. Like she needs a search. Actually, what will make her better is that if she had a counter. If she has some counters, then I'll be okay. But with her not having any AoEs, with her not having any counters, as of right now, her searches for like the cards that she needs isn't that good. And don't get me wrong, she does damage. Again, she's another character that has definitely won me stages by herself, but she has a lot of issues where I gotta put her at B, even if I do like her design. Khalid is a character that I've used in a reroll account. Good character, but yeah, again, I'm not going to put her in a tier list until I actually get her on my account. Manga is another character that I used in a reroll account. Love her counter mechanic, but again, rerolled. Now, Veronica, I've actually have pulled. Well, not on my account, but technically, she was on a reroll account, but I never used her, so I don't know how good she is. So I did get her on a reroll account, but I never used her. Hugo. Technically, I only used him on the test server, but this dude was a beast for me when I used him. So I really like Hugo a lot. Renoa, which is the main character of the game, I've used her. I think she was a solid character. She was fun when I used her. Luke. Gotta put him at D. I'm not gonna say he's not good, but when I used him, I was not really a fan of him. I was really a fan of his playstyle. I used him during the test server, and now I have him on my account. But I'm just not the biggest fan of this character, so I'm just not the biggest fan of his playstyle. I tried him, I'm just kind of like, eh. So yeah, he's kind of in the D tier. Chiron, I gotta put him at A tier. He would go an S, but one thing I would say is I realized from the test server, his AoEs were decreased, which kind of sucks, but he does have an AoE. He can be kind of difficult to use. That's why he's at A tier. But he is a really good character. So if you know how to use him, he's really strong. But I put him at A tier because he's not the easiest character to use. I had to look her up because I never used her. What's her name? Aurea? I never used her. I didn't realize she was a character in the game. I've never looked at her. I don't know anything about this character. I don't know if she's good or not. I never used her. She's the only 5-star in the game that I've never used on any account. And honestly, she's the one character she's a 1 5-star I'm not really looking to pick up, but yeah, she's whatever. Now we're at the 4 stars and started with Amir. Amir, she's okay. She's a defensive unit. When I've used her, she was good. I used her more on a reroll account than my main account. Like I said, there's other characters that kind of took her place, but she's a solid character. She's not bad, but I don't know, like she's okay. Like she's not a bad character at all. Pharaoh is a character that I pulled, but I haven't. Oh, well, outside the story mode, I haven't really used her. She does seem good. She's basically a character that you get for free, but since I've had her on my account, I haven't really used her that much. My boy, Cassius. S tier if he was on my account. But sadly, he's on a reroll account, but it's one of my main targets that I'm going for. He's probably the 1 4-star that I absolutely want. Lucas, I pulled him. I've never used him yet. Maribel, I'm gonna put her at A tier because I really like her. She basically is a replacement for me, at least. She's a good replacement for Manga because I really like Manga's playstyle, but since I didn't get her, this is my first time using Maribel, and yeah, I've enjoyed her. She's actually a really good character, and she has a defensive counter mechanic, and that's why she's key. I actually use her a lot with Ren because of that, but yeah, that's why I would say Maribel, absolutely. I freaking love the counter defense mechanic. Miku has to be an S tier because basically I use her in all of my team comps. She's a beast. The big thing that makes her good is her ability to increase AP. Every single time I take her out, I always want to put her back in. I do have some issues right now with how her deck is built because certain cards I can't reach. Like there's things that make her really great. I don't have enough cards to really make her as great as I need her to be, but I can't stop using her. And right now she's my main healer on my account. Yes, Miku, absolutely S tier. My fault, I meant Mika. I don't know why I kept saying Miyu. It's Mika. Jeez. Nia, in my opinion, a poor man's Cassius. She doesn't really have any attacks. She works really great with Ren. But since I don't have Cassius, I basically use her. You know what? Because of that, I'll put her in A tier. Because that's where I think she belongs. Because I don't use her as much because of Miku. But if I didn't have Miku, she would definitely be taking her place. So yeah, she's okay. I wish she had more heals. And I wish she had a lot more drawing power. But for now, she's good. You know what? I'll keep her at A. I almost want to drop her down to B by the way I'm talking right now, but I'll keep her at A. At the end of A, but A tier nonetheless. Owen. Owen, when I used him, I'm not the biggest fan of Owen. He's not a bad character. I'm just not his biggest fan. I don't want to say he's bad. You know what? I'm gonna put him in D tier. I'm gonna put him right there with Luke because I don't see me really using him again unless there's an actual need for him. But again, I'm not saying that he's a bad character. He's just not a character I like to use. And there's just other characters that just took his place. I don't even build him. So not a bad character, but just not a character that I'm going to put a lot of effort to build. Put it to you like that. Ray. Now, Ray, I haven't really put a lot of time in to learn. I really only use her with Chiron. It's the only time I really use her, but she's all right. I mean, I do plan on replacing her. She's not a bad character, but she doesn't get much usage in my account. And again, I only really use her for Chiron. That's it. So if she's not teaming with him, I rarely ever use her. All right. My friend swears about this character. And Selena, he's right. She is actually a pretty good character. She's really strong. Does a lot of good stuff. You know what? I may actually have to put her in A tier for me. Because she does a lot. Now again, I barely just got her. That's why I'm not going to go too deep into her skills right now. Well, I should say into how I play with her. Because again, I'm just barely using her. But my friend swears by her. He says he likes using her because she helps him progress through his account. And I've used her icons to say that she's good. The one thing I will say that I do like is that she has this move. I think you gotta mark the opponent first. But when she gets a certain card, she'll automatically draw without taking any AP. My fault, I said it wrong. She'll automatically attack without taking any AP. So that's why I like her. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like her. So again, I gotta put more time into her, but as of right now, she's A tier for me. And now, for the last character, it will have to be Tressa. And honestly, I'm gonna put her in D tier. Just like Luke, I've used her, but wasn't really a big fan of her. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of her playstyle. Now, my friend swears by her and says that she's great if you build her. And he's probably right. I'm not gonna argue with it, but me using her, I just kind of used her at the beginning of the game and then I dropped her. So that's it with my tier list. Once again, this is my personal tier list. This is not an official tier list or telling you which characters to get. This is just how I felt about these characters as I have used them through my playthrough. Now, if you have any issues with my tier list, you are 100% welcome to disagree. I have no problem with that. And don't just come in and just say your tier list is bad as a whole. Whatever. Again, like I told you, this is not an official tier list for the best characters in the game. This is just my tier list, personal tier list. Remember what I said earlier. I don't even have most of these characters built or even built correctly. But if you do have an issue with my tier list, just let me know in the comments down below. But make sure to let me know why. Like, if this character's really good, then tell me, hey, this character's good. Just give this character more time. Or if you build this character this way, you'll get a lot more out of them. Give me some more detail. Don't just come here and complain. Make sure to come with reasonable criticism. You know, give me something to work with. And if your comments are really good, there may be a chance I may feature them in a future video on this channel. But if you made it this far, thank you for checking out this video. Definitely appreciate it. And I think, if I remember, the next video I do on this series will probably be an account update. That's what I think I might do. I might update you on my account. So, but with that being said, this is my personal tier list. And not only give me some good suggestions in the comments, also let me know about some of your favorite characters and why they are your favorites. Now, with that being said, thanks for checking this video out, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
キャラバンでよろず屋をやっているヒューゴだ。何か依頼したいことでもある？